I do is test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3.
You can do that.
I don't know. I'm not doing. So this one, right there. Test. Oh, there we go. Why you keep going over here? Why you keep going over here? I'm about to go live. 3, 2, 1. Alright.
Gotta get them lips.
Yeah, you can. I mean, they can wash this joint back. But my main thing is to be editing. What's up with y'all, fam? It's Jonathan Russell. We back with another video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button. If you find this content entertaining, we cover all things business, finance, lifestyle over here. I forgot to mute that. I'm gonna start it over. What's up with y'all, fam? It's Jonathan Russell. We back with another video. If you're new to my channel, hit that like button, that comment, that subscribe. We cover all things business, finance, lifestyle, reaction to a wide range of different topics. If you're returning to my channel, appreciate you for tuning in. Hit that like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. I got my co-host with me today, Nick Williams. We here, we outside, man,
Yes,
getting some content in for this new year. You know, this is January 2nd, so we grinding, starting off right. Yes, sir. Second day.
Right.
So we gonna react to some videos today. Make sure y'all tune into all my other past videos on the channel. But let's go ahead and get into it. This first video is the FBI knew hours before. I actually just pulled this up. It's a New Orleans attack that happened. I think either yesterday or a couple of days ago. So we gonna see what they talking about. Shout out Valuetainment. I like his videos. He always has credible sources and stuff like that. So we gonna see what's up.
I just think we have to get right into it. And that's the New Orleans Bourbon Street attack. At least 10 dead, 30 injured after driver plows into New Year's revelers on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Rob, is it 10 or is it 11 now? Can you double?
15. Yeah, it's up to 16, I believe.
Oh. Is it 16 now? Okay, so is it really 16 now, Rob?
It was 15 last night. I saw it multiple
Can
news
you check
sources
to see
around
what the
midnight.
death toll is now? I thought it was higher than that. 15. Okay, death toll. Let's open that one up, Rob, if you could. So death toll rises to 15 in New Orleans. Terrorism attack.
Someone, I think, drove a car through New Orleans Street and killed like 15 people. The suspect in deadly New Orleans attack that killed 15 people and injured dozens has been identified by the
The suspect in the deadly attack that killed 15 people and injured dozens of others has been identified by the FBI. Let me read a little bit more to see if we have any other facts on this one here. 35 injured. This happened. A truck rammed into crowds on Bourbon Street at 3:15 a.m.
Dang.
Followed by a gunfight with police. The driver described as hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did. According to Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick, was killed by officers. The FBI, which is investigating the incident as an act of terrorism, at first they didn't want to say it, but they eventually said it, revealed that at least one suspected improvised explosive device was found at the scene Although its connection to the driver remains unconfirmed, witness Jimmy Cothran described seeing 8 bodies sprawled out on the street, adding that right in front of us was someone's mother, twisted, obviously deceased. One man deceased had tire tracks across his back and stomach and was clearly crushed. A little girl, oh my God.
That's crazy.
A little girl that we had seen dancing was as flat as a pillow. That's even tough to breathe. Oh my goodness. And a ton has come out on this individual. Even one of the stories that came out on the addendum.
They say what race he was?
Rob, if you want to play that clip on the New York Post site, FBI confirms terror suspect Shamsud Dean Jabraz flying ISIS flag. Is that it, Rob, that he's flying the ISIS flag?
So this is the clip of the truck. I have it before it goes into the crowd if you want to show it.
Show it
and then I
before it
also
goes into
have
the crowd.
other
What type of
B-roll
truck
of the
was it,
truck.
bro?
as well.
Okay, let's see some B-roll here.
So this is
That's 3:15 a.m.
This is just traffic on the side street.
and he's gonna take a right here.
Now let me ask
shortly.
you a question. What camera is so focused on that truck?
That's a
Why
very
is
good.
that camera following it? Why is the
Look.
camera know to follow the white truck?
Well, see that's the barricade right there, people. Now watch what he does. He stops, and then
Oh, he
he
made
takes
that.
his hard right, and then boom, he's going.
Ah!
No, and now he's gone. He's going 80 miles an hour down a narrow street, and now they all know that.
Let me ask you, why, Tom? Why does the camera know to follow that?
What was that? What was that? A Ford F-150?
What
Following
possesses
it? Why does the
people
camera
to do
know
this?
to follow the white truck?
Well, see that's the barricade right there, people. Now watch what he does.
And that
He
joint got some
stops,
horsepower
And
in
then he takes his hard right, and then boom, he's going.
Damn.
And now he's going.
Can't even look at that, man.
No, and now,
That's crazy.
and now he's
Crazy.
gone.
And you just chilling.
He's
You
going 80
just
miles
chilling
an hour.
walking down the street.
With your family, bro.
Yeah.
miles an hour down a
They said a little
narrow
girl got flattened.
street, and now they all know that.
Let me ask you, why, Tom? Why does the camera know to follow that?
I'd like to know whose footage this is. That's what I'd really like to know. Have they edited down into a square for us, maybe a security camera from across the street, or who is taking this and knows to take this? Or is this
Nah, that's a
multiple...
fact.
Because you know the
They
ring
say-
cameras,
I didn't
you know those
follow
cameras
that.
that people are out there, or even
They
the,
be they be knowing, bruh. All this stuff that happening, they know. I think they just can't do anything until something actually happens.
So you think they was already looking at him?
They said the FBI knew hours before. What are people in the comments saying? Oh, yeah, look at the comments. The FBI spokeswoman needs to be fired immediately. No one that stupid should be allowed to wear the badge. They be frying them, bro.
Facts. That's a fact, though. If you already know
government.
bro was about to be like on.
You know, you
they
can't
don't-
get us anyway. Yeah. Her daughter was in the crowd trying to help an injured woman. Pro shirt said the cooler bomb.
Yeah, that agent gotta be fired, bro.
Artist.
But then again, he didn't know he was about to do that.
DT
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Are
saying.
the PCT cameras able for you to
That's
track
crazy.
something after the event? No,
I don't-
right?
Right. I don't know why it would, because there's multiple vehicles moving in the traffic on that street.
That's interesting. So
And
what is
that
this?
These are now the cameras that are outside of establishments, like, you know, watching your door. Or
And this
whatever.
is where he's driving 80 miles an hour and the people get out the way?
People, everybody gets out of the way in this video, but yeah, you just want to see how quick.
Look
he's
at-
Go
going
ahead,
down
go
the
ahead,
street.
Rob.
Ah! Whoosh!
Oh my God.
She barely made it. Dang.
See, this one, yo,
Yeah, your
man,
instincts
your
gotta kick in
instincts
right
gotta
here,
be
bro.
on, and you gotta be watching,
That's a
bruh.
fact.
Cause if you turned up on the street late night,
Yeah.
bruh, you gotta be,
See,
you
that
gotta be,
camera doesn't
you
move.
gotta,
Gotta be
you
on
gotta
That's
be
an
toes,
told,
external
at all
security
times.
camera.
Have you spent any?
You see, that camera doesn't move, so that
Look, he's
Most of them got away though.
and oh my.
Dang, yeah, you.
Oh my.
She got
God.
lucky.
Yeah.
you see, that
That's
camera
close.
doesn't move, so that's an external security camera.
Have you spent any time on Bourbon Street? Have you guys ever
Of
been there?
course, of course.
Many times.
You know, I was there less than a year ago with Deli. We were filming on this exact street, and then that's just on a random day throughout the year. On New Year's,
Oh man.
too many people are out there
That's what I'm
reveling,
saying.
having a great
Definitely on
time,
purpose.
and this is what comes out of absolute nowhere.
And by the way, more people would have been killed further down the street, and nobody's pointing out. He struck a construction bucket loader, and that was the end of the
And this is
Still
it. Well,
alive?
this is it right here, Pat.
Yeah.
This is the shootout.
And we're not going to play the video because I don't want to put that out there, but we will play the audio so you can hear. This is as soon as he gets out of the vehicle, then you can hear the gunshots ringing out and people fleeing.
Go for it. So he's getting out?
You think I start shooting?
Because he got out. He had a gun.
People just
he
be
had two
angry
guns,
at
and he had,
life.
Devices on him, but as soon as he got out, they started shooting at
So
him.
do you have the clip of...
Oh, they
Biden
started shooting at
saying that
him.
the New Orleans attacker who killed 15 was inspired by Islamic State group. Do you have that clip?
Yes,
Go
sir.
for it.
Is he dead now, though?
Also reported to
I
me
don't know.
that mere hours before the attack, he posted videos on social media indicating that he's inspired by ISIS, expressing a desire to kill. The ISIS flag was found in his vehicle, which he rented to conduct this attack. Possibly.
Do you have the clip of him saying the things? Of what he's going to be doing? Like actual...
I don't know if they let them post that.
I've not seen that. I've seen multiple news sources talking about it, but I could not find the clip.
The only video that they have released is the video of him talking about being a realtor.
But this is years ago.
Yes,
this is
2021.
And this, by the way, this guy was a former vet. I think he was stationed at the 82nd, if I'm not mistaken. And if you want to play the clip, go for it.
He's served in
I'm
Afghanistan.
Shamsuddin Jabbar, property manager with Blue Metal Properties and team lead at the Midas Group at Core Realty. I just want to say hello and let you know a little bit about me. So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist.
I think they low-key said it's the driver.
Oh, for real?
I think so.
By the way, this guy was a former vet. I think he...
Oh,
They talking about
that's
him?
him?
2021.
And this, by the way, this guy was a former...
I could not find
What
the
is
clip.
it? But
The
is
only
it?
video that they have released is the video of him talking about being a realtor.
But this is years ago.
Yes,
this is-
2021.
And this,
Okay,
by
so
the way,
this
this guy was a former vet. I think he was stationed at the 82nd, if I'm not mistaken. And if you want to play the clip, go for it.
He's served in
I'm
Afghanistan.
Shamsuddin Jabbar, property manager with Blue Metal Properties and team
Oh,
lead at the
like a
Midas
normal
Group at
guy.
Core
You just don't
Realty.
be knowing.
I just want to say hello and let you know a little bit about me. So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live
Yeah,
in
he
Houston.
was fed up.
And
or something.
I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist, where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure that things go off without a hitch. So I've taken those skills and applied them to my career as a real estate agent, where I feel like what really sets me apart from other agents is my ability to be able to, one, be a fierce negotiator. So not
How
only
he
do
go
I...
from this to what he did?
Oh,
You think it
no.
was like somebody was...
A lot of people be like undercover, like they'll be like terrorists. I don't know if he's a terrorist. I don't know if it's confirmed yet. But a lot of terrorists, they will come over to America and just be chill for a decade.
And then they just show themselves.
Family, kids, house. You know what I mean? And then once they get that call, it's time. They crash out.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like
That's
they
true.
will
Here's
be
my question.
undercover.
So
Seems like a
pres-
rational business
That's
guy at
crazy.
this chapter of
But
his
the,
life.
the president of the United States, who's obviously asleep behind the wheel, said...
Dang. They be frying Joe, bruh.
camera, the FBI knew about this guy hours before ISIS and all that stuff. Where was the manhunt? Where was the, letting everybody know, giving everybody a heads up? It's like, what is the, like, how many times are we going to have a conversation, Tom, where we're like, the FBI or all these people keep dropping the ball? If it's not about DEI seminars or Donald Trump, it seems as if nobody's working. That's my opinion. And then you're going to see the FBI chick in New Orleans talking about this isn't a terror attack. Did you see this? And look what's right underneath her. New Orleans dealing with the terrorist attack, and this is what the FBI says.
This is not a terrorist event. What it is right now is their improvised explosive devices that was found, and we are working on confirming if this is a viable device or not. As Chief Kirkpatrick said, we're asking everyone to stay away from Bourbon Street,
Why does she sound so
specifically
nervous?
from
I don't
Canal
know.
Street
I didn't see no
to St.
bomb now.
Anne.
Is she's
That
reading?
is my
Or
ask.
is that a
Once again, stay away from Bourbon Street, Canal Street, all the way to St. Anne, until we can figure out what is
Okay,
going
so let me
on.
read this about her, about the killer. Jabbar served in the army from 07 to 15, including the deployment in Afghanistan. Okay, and then later he joined the reserves till 2020. He posted videos referencing the Quran and claimed in 2020 YouTube video for his real estate business that the military taught him the meaning of great service. However, financial struggles, 2 divorces, okay, child support disputes, $16,000 in debt, left him in hardship. And his first wife
That bad.
was suing him
but
for child support
He
payments.
looked a little rough there.
that
The other
claims
video,
he
he
was-
was all prestigious. He looked
Yeah,
a little rough
times
now.
have changed.
His times hard.
Times have
He was down bad for a couple of years.
Nah, for
He
real.
went to businessman to to crash out.
Back
He looked
on-
tired.
Behind on, I think it was the number was $28,000 on whatever the number was. And then his business hadn't made any money this year, and he was struggling financially. But what I'm trying to find out is, this is his. How recent is this picture, Rob? Do we know? Because I saw this picture everywhere.
I think that's his passport picture.
It doesn't say here in this photo.
I'm pretty sure it's his passport.
Tom, what else do we know about this story?
This is a more recent photo.
That what you just said is what I saw, and so at the same time where we had talked about that, you and I wanted the story 2 weeks ago. We want to know what happened in those missing 90 days for the gentleman that shot the CEO of United Healthcare. That there was this missing 90 days. What was going on in there?
Right.
Who was in his ear? What was happening? The same thing. I've read exactly what you read, and so I made a little timeline of it. And so for the last 6 months, it appears that it's been high stress. He was in court on the child support hearing, like, where's the money? What's going on?
So maybe it wasn't a terrorist attack.
There was an email, an alleged email that was circulated, I believe, by law enforcement that said that he sent to his ex-wife, look, I got to sell this house or I got to do this because, you got to be reasonable. So he was under
that ain't the
great
best way to
mental
do suicide,
stress for
so
the
hope it
last
wasn't that.
6 months on, should we say mental stress, financial stress. And did that lead him? So when people are under great financial stress and they feel hopelessness, sometimes they go off and commit suicide because life is so hopeless and everything that's going on.
That's what you just said.
And did he get caught up with some people that got in his ear and were able to manipulate him, and to the point that he admires ISIS, and basically what he did this night was commit suicide.
Bro.
I read something further that said was the reason that he didn't set off the explosive devices.
Oh,
so it was.
So it was joints in the truck. So he was about to blow that joint up.
It was a suicide mission, bro.
That's
crazy.
His desire to get to the end of the street and then set off those devices. So we don't know what his plan was for the end of the street. We only know that he hit the construction equipment that brought the speeding truck to a halt, and then he got out and started shooting, and they found the coolers with these devices. So I want to know who was in his ear, what was happening there, but he obviously became sympathetic toward ISIS and was under a great deal of financial stress. Did he break, lose it, and find, some sort of affinity with ISIS, and then decided to take him out in this way?
So the comparison between him and the other fellow who did what he did with the Tesla, they both rented their cars from the same company, Toro, right? I think it's called Toro, if I'm saying it correctly.
That's correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. They both served in the same unit, which that doesn't mean anything because that's the 82nd, Fort Bragg. It's a big unit.
Huge.
It's not like there could be coincidences there. But the timing of it, on what happened, you have to consider the timing of when it took place. The Tesla truck in front of Trump, there's even a picture of it. And I don't want to get into that story yet. We'll get into that. But all it is the link between the two stories that you have there. Vinny, what else do you have on this story?
Well, Ryan Ralph, also the guy that was at the golf course.
Car, bro, to do some crazy stuff, and you look at
You
the
see
news,
that joint in
like,
the news.
that's my car,
You're like,
bro.
damn, I was running that joint out. Hold up. That's crazy. The
crazy.
Toro it be iffy with the Toro business because people be doing anything. That joint
That's what
don't
I'm
run. They don't be
saying.
caring about that.
That was trying to shoot President Trump, or trying to assassinate Trump. He visited Fort Bragg also 100 times. But it just, and Tom, it's all these coincidences. What makes someone who looked like a normal guy, he's making videos, he seems like the American guy, a veteran, what flips
He was a veteran
you
too?
like that? We always talk about what's in your ear, and it's like, look, they're at a military base, Tom, both of these guys, and we're going to get into that other story later. What makes somebody who is talking to these people, and it's not as if the government doesn't have programs to flip people, but it's like, what's the end goal? What is it for? And what really pissed me off about this thing, that apparently this guy's mosque, the mosque that in Houston, Texas, put out a letter saying to directing its members not to speak to authorities. Why wouldn't you want them? And the response is important that you do not respond if approached by the FBI, and a response.
You have heard about the Charlie event.
Is necessary, please refer to CIAR, which is Tom. It's a Council on American Islamic Relations. and ISGH. It is crucial that we stay united at this time. We condemn these terrible acts. Please stay safe. I mean, why are you telling them not to talk to the FBI? Something is going on. You want to talk about it. I just think this is something deeper. This is something this is just the beginning. Sean Ryan had Sarah Adams on his show a while ago, and she was
always be saying it's something deeper. Everybody
she worked for the CIA, and she's saying there are over. Mind you, these are the homegrown guys, Adam. These aren't the people that were let into the border, like that one guy, the Azerbaijan terrorist, that was like, "Soon you will know my name."
Yeah.
This is, and I'm not trying to fearmonger everybody. I'm just telling everybody, stay alert, stay aware, because besides this 20, like, who knows what's gonna happen before the 20th? But this is not gonna stop. This is just the beginning.
Yeah. It's easy to look at a situation like this and blame it on radical Islamic terrorists, right? That's on the surface level. Hey, this is what this is. I actually think that is the last piece of the puzzle. I think that is the icing on the cake. Because if you look at what happened with this guy, born in America, lived in Texas, served in what, the Army?
10 years, and then National Guard.
So, National Guard, to me, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah,
whether it's a school shooter, whether it's these radical extremists, whether it's mass murderers, there's a lot going on. Dark triad type of personalities, narcissism, psychopath, Machiavellianism, and then the collective issues that they have, personal grievances, victimhood, nobody's looking out for me, injustice, revenge.
Yeah, this is crazy, bro. They uploaded this 3 hours. I think this happened yesterday, but that's crazy. It's too many occurrences happening like this in America. It's coming more and more.
It's a dangerous world we live in, bro.
Yeah, it's a dangerous world, bro. You got any last opinions on this, bro?
Everybody stay safe.
Yeah, everybody stay safe and watch your surroundings. Yeah. That's a video we sent when you out with your friends and chilling in the streets, DC, whatever. We from the DMV area. Why gotta stay on 10, bro? Things can happen at any moment, bro. But appreciate y'all. Next, we gonna get into there's another shooting that happened. What's up with y'all, man? My name is Jonathan Russell. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hit that like, that comment, that subscribe button. We cover all things business, lifestyle, reaction videos to a wide range of different topics. If you're returning to my channel, appreciate you. Hit that like, leave a comment, join the discussion. I got my co-host with me today, Nick.
Yes,
we cooking up some reaction videos of a break. It's January 2nd. We cooking up, getting it right. But this next topic is at least 10 people injured. It was a shooting in Queens, New York. I think on the day of New Year's, I believe.
And that's when a lot of stuff be happening.
Yeah. That's why I be in the crib now, bro. I don't even be outside New Year's Eve. A little house party. Small, little cool vibe. But the big lounges and stuff, unless you got a section and all that set up, nah, we ain't searching. But let's see what they talk about.
And accused of shooting into a crowd of about 15 people. 90 people were inside or standing outside an event space located just down this block in Jamaica, Queens. Police say it all unfolded just after 11:15 p.m. on New Year's Day outside the Amazura Concert Hall on 144th Place. There were so many victims, the street was crowded with ambulances waiting to rush them all to the hospital. According to police, about and an upstairs private event space, the venue was at capacity and a line of about 15 people were waiting outside. Police say that's when 4 men walking down 91st Avenue approached the crowd and fired about 30 rounds. They then ran towards 143rd Place where they got into the light-colored...
It's like they do it out of a purpose because you know you ain't getting away.
You feel me? All this technology...
Yeah, you're not getting away, so it's like they doing this knowing that they gonna get caught and it's just like, I don't care. So it's like, dang,
Dan, with out-of-state plates.
Officers responding to the multiple 911 calls found a total of 10 victims, 6 females, 4 males, which were taken to area hospitals. All of the victims are expected to recover with non-life-threatening injuries.
That's good. That's good. I got another video. You typing.
Breaking news: night out in Queens turns violent after a mass shooting in Jamaica.
Police say 10 people, all teenagers, were hurt when several
suspects. All youngins. Dang, they was at church though. I give them pride. Oh, it was an event space. I don't know if it was church, but dang, teenagers. So they were just out trying to have fun.
Opened fire outside a venue, and Christina Fan joins us live from the scene with the latest on where the investigation stands right now. Christina.
Mary and Doug, good morning. Police are still searching for multiple male suspects at this hour.
It's the same girl.
Police are still searching.
Yeah, that's the same one. So it ain't none new.
Were wanted and accused of shooting into a crowd of about 15 people who were standing outside an event space.
911 calls found a total of 10 victims, 6 females, 4 males, which were taken to area hospitals. All of the victims are expected to recover with non-life-threatening injuries.
And those 10 victims range in age from 16 to 19 years old. In this video, you can see more than a dozen evidence markers on the ground as police continue to gather and process those ballistics. Police say the public have been
I know, I see youngins when I see them. This is the starter kit.
Instrumental in recent weeks, helping them solve several high-profile crimes. They're hopeful that the public will once again help them in this case to catch those suspects responsible for the shooting that again injured 10 people. Reporting live from Jamaica, Queens,
was it
Christina.
like some gang activity or something, or was it just
I don't know.
kids just crashing out, bro? And that's so sad to say too.
Yeah, but honestly, it's sad to say it's normal though now. It was a nightclub. Okay, well I see. I didn't hear church from. It happened outside their nightclub on 144 place around 11 p.m. Earned 30 bullets. Private event was taking place at a space of 90 people inside. One bullet started flying. First I heard boom. I thought it was firecrackers, and I heard those were the gunshots. I moved my son because we sleep right here in the basement. Why you live by a nightclub? I guess it's in New York. I don't know. Learning the gatherers. The gathering was to celebrate the birthday and life 16-year-old. Dang. So it was a party. It could be gang violence.
Like some retaliation.
Yeah, it could be for it to be that age group.
Yeah.
What y'all think? Leave some in the comments. NYPD said it was dangerous scene. About 30 shots. They got away in a gray Infiniti Q50.
Probably stolen.
They said with red interior and New Jersey plates.
Probably stolen.
Yeah, the car was last seen on Van Wyck Expressway. 4 males walked towards the venue. 3 to 4 million 500 times. Yeah, it had to be some gang, some bigger. It's not no regular birthday party. They was definitely on some gang activity.
And why shoot in a crowd full of people though, bro? That don't make sense. That doesn't make sense, but
yeah, a lot of stuff don't be making sense. It's just like, every guy knows you don't statement shoot on social media. Like, there's no room for criminal behavior. Yeah.
Bro, these young niggas different nowadays.
They different.
They
different, bruh. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all stay safe, bruh, cause it's like even at the nightclub. That's the thing. It's definitely big on what's this?
He would have turned 17 yesterday, which was the reason for the gathering.
Teens were there to celebrate the birthday of another teen who was shot and killed in Brooklyn back in October.
So they were celebrating a teen dying, and then another teen dies
are
the same
expected
night.
to survive at this point. Police believe the shooting may have been gang-related.
Eyewitness News reporter Shantae joins us live at the scene in Jamaica with the latest. Shantae.
Well, Pedro and Lauren, as you mentioned, 10 teenagers are recovering this afternoon. That's after they were shot outside
2 days. We on the second day.
It's the first mass shooting in the city. The scene is clear right now, but earlier police canvassed this area, blocked off. It was a wide-scale investigation and crime scene. The shooting happened around 11:15 p.m. last night outside of Amazora nightclub, which is located on 144th Place here in Jamaica, Queens. The victims are between the ages of 16 and 19. They're teenage boys and girls from both Brooklyn and Queens. They're being treated at 4 separate hospitals. Most of them were rushed to Jamaica Hospital. The shooting, as Lauren mentioned, was a celebration for a birthday for a kid named Terrion Mungo. Mungo was a 16-year-old shot and killed in Fort Greene, Brooklyn last October. He would have turned 17 yesterday, which was the reason for the gathering. Neighbors, meanwhile, we spoke with, described what they saw and heard.
I'm saying, so sometimes it be out of retaliation. Like, people be, these YNs, they be so hungry for that. They kill somebody at a member, and then a year later, they have a gathering, a funeral or something. They come shoot up the funeral or the gathering just because they still hate that dude. Like,
it's an ongoing war.
It's an ongoing, bruh. Y'all could be in school making use of yourself.
I thought it was firecrackers. Then it
Go get your CDL.
I said, no, those are not firecrackers. Those are gunshots. So I moved my son, because we sleep right here in the basement. I moved over, and then as my son came in, he goes, oh, you heard the gunshots. And I said, yeah. So just be careful when you come out.
We saw when they were putting the people in the ambulance. We thought it was like crazy because starting the year like that is like not something good.
Crazy, bro. 2 days in, bro.
Yeah, frightening moments there. I spoke briefly with the owner of Amazora nightclub. He released a statement saying, "We're deeply saddened by the recent and unfortunate
buddy, you're going out of business. Ain't nobody ought to be in that joint no more.
That occurred. Our hearts
Better
go out
find
to
a new
all
thing.
those affected
Ain't
by
nobody
this
better go in that
senseless act.
joint.
We are working
But I could
closely
be
with law
wrong. 'Cause
enforcement.
people still be at Jasper's and someone got
passed
shot
away.
like a month ago, bro.
Ensure
So
a
you never know. People probably still
investigation
pop
and to
out.
help those responsible for justice. Now, police are looking for at least 4 people possibly tied to this. They got away in an Infinity last night. Reporting live in Jamaica.
That was one of the easiest joints.
Nah, for real.
That's crazy, bro. Make sure y'all stay safe. The new year is off to a crazy start, but don't let that turn you down, bro. We still hitting our goals all year. We still more life, more blessings going on this year. Just unfortunately, it's those couple of people that just want to do too much, bro. They just want to do too much, bro. You feel me? But what's up with y'all, man? My name is Jonathan Russell. If you're returning to my channel, hit that like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you for tuning in. If you're new, we cover all things business, reaction, lifestyle, to a wide range of different topics. I got my co-host with me today, Nick. We cooking up some content. Just a whole bunch of reaction videos, good vibes. The second day of the year, starting off right. We're going to get into this next topic. It's why getting a good job feels so difficult.
It's going to be a good one.
Before we watch this, what do you think? Why do you think it's hard right now? Because we have friends that have been laid off and
It depends how you look at it. So there's a lot of people that are looking towards remote jobs.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of dumb nowadays. Only because it's like it's hella risky, bro.
Yeah.
It's to the point where it's like they're looking at you for like the top of the list. Like if we have to lay some people off,
like you don't even come in the office. So it's like, yeah, that's true. That's true.
First. Yeah. But another thing too, the job market is just terrible, bro. Like, it used to take a month just to get a job. It probably take at least 2.5, 3 months now, bro.
Because they be having multiple interviews.
You know what I'm saying? And it's hella
they be
competition,
slow.
bro.
It's a lot of competition. So if you got a good job, good career, might not be the best. You like it, but if
stay down
until you get somebody on locked in.
Stay down.
Stay down. Let's see what they talk about.
Six-figure salary used to be the gold standard income. Many entry-level job seekers find themselves in a catch-22. In order to
and another thing too. Well, people went to college for it too, bro.
Oh, that's
that
too. Yeah. Anything ology, I'm sorry, but don't go to college for anything with ending in ology. Unless you gotta get your master's and your doctorate behind it.
You just gotta find a good company to go to if that's what you're gonna do. But it's harder, bro.
Yeah, it's harder, and don't expect a lot of pay. So if that is your major, cool. By all means, that's your passion. Do what you do. Just don't be complaining when you try to get into the real world and you can't afford apartment, car, gas, food. You can't be like, "Ma, it's the economy.
It's real out here."
You got a major in something that's gonna make at least 6. Close. The career path to 6, high 6. You know, around that 6-figure at least. You know what I mean? So. Just some food for thought. It's just like 36 minutes, so we ain't even gonna do the whole thing. You know, I'm gonna skim through it, but definitely want to get some good points.
Be the gold standard income. Many entry-level job seekers find themselves in a catch-22. In order to get experience, you need a job. But in order to get that first job, you need experience.
Over a third of employers
and that's so backwards, bro.
Refrain from hiring recent Gen Z college graduates in favor of older employees.
People making well over 6 figures are still living paycheck to paycheck.
90% of organizations are concerned about employee retention.
Our parents would get pensions, they would work for a company for a certain amount of time, retire, and be paid for the rest of our lives. So the incentives have shrunk, and so the loyalty is just not there.
They would need at least $100,000 a year to be financially comfortable.
You agree?
It also depends how you want to live too, though, bro.
Yeah.
It also depends on.
But, bruh. That's true. That's true. Cause I be seeing people that live off of 50,000 with families,
and they be chilling.
They be chilling, and
they don't get the high end stuff. They be chilling, bro.
But, bruh, 100 grand, 30% going to the taxes.
Yeah.
So that's 70. Then at the 401k. And what else? Health insurance. You might get down to 65. I don't know.
And then you gotta save. Hopefully, you making enough that you could save.
You want to save? That should be priority. So you gotta save first, and then average rent at 17, 18, 2,000. That's half. So it's like when you
on top of that, a lot of people don't even know how to manage their money, bro.
Yeah, they don't. Or they try to live way above your means, especially if you just count college. It's gonna be the most money you ever made. But you still got a budget wise, cause that shit go fast. It go fast, bro. It go fast.
The benchmark of a six-figure salary used to be the gold standard income. It represented the tipping point of finally earning a disposable income and building a savings, spending based on your wants, not just your needs.
The American dream is what makes a middle-class lifestyle. You're able to pay your bills. You're able to put food on the table, put a roof over your family's head, and you have some additional savings.
Now, people making well over six figures are still living paycheck to paycheck. What used to symbolize financial freedom is now keeping people stressed about making ends meet.
26% say they would need more. A salary in the range of $100,000 to $149,000 per year would make...
My goal is like $150. What? If I can get $150 a year, I'm cool at that. I don't think I need no higher, because that's more responsibility, more work. I mean, good 150.
You feel me?
I'm cool. I can do 150. I can do 150, bro. That's what we trying to hit.
I would low key say 150.
150?
Maybe 140, 130.
140?
At the end of the day, bro, it's about what you do with your money too.
Yeah, especially if we stack it now and then we get 150 a couple years from now.
Exactly.
Or
and put your money in the right places, bro.
You good. That's what I'm saying.
And feel financially comfortable.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's another thing too. A lot of people that's actually making that amount of money. I was talking to my boss the other day, bro. They be stressed. They don't have no time for family.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want no 200 quarter. I don't need that.
I don't need that at all.
Make me like mid tier. I don't think I really want a manager role. I want to do individual contributor, but I feel like management might come. I don't know. But you ain't making my hair go back fast. I've been thinking about it a lot too,
it's
bro.
It's not that important, bro.
Yeah, it's not.
Is that wages haven't kept up with the cost of living by and large for the last 50 years or so? And so it becomes increasingly hard for many families to be able to retain that.
$2 like
$450. That's crazy. That's
not
double.
only your geographical location, but of course your lifestyle. It used to be that a six-figure salary was like the gold standard, but nowadays that may not be enough to make ends meet in certain parts of the country, especially like New York or San Francisco, where it costs so much more just to cover your daily expenses.
Here's why a $100,000 household income no longer buys the American dream.
If you're not growing your paper, you just...
Yeah, if you're not having more savings every year, then you're doing something
how much
backwards.
A family of 2 adults
I know some
and 2
years
children would need in
it'd
each
be
state
rough.
to own a home, a car, and a pet, as well as have an additional 20% of their
that's your
income.
problem right there. Y'all got a pet.
For savings and 30% for discretionary spend.
That's y'all problem right there. Pet is a luxury item. That is a luxury item. You do not need a pet.
That's a fact. I know girls, you have poodles and whatnot.
That's expensive, bruh. You gotta feed it, doctors, all that. So 50% going there, 20% going to savings, and then 30% discretionary spending. Okay.
The core of what the American dream means is some amount of economic security.
20% is a solid
that you
saving
feel
rate.
like you can get by and do a bit better. Maybe do better than your parents. Maybe be able to afford a house. Certainly be able to save for your children's future.
All 50 states require more than a $100,000 annual income, with 38 states needing more than $140,000. The most...
Where we at? We in Maryland. That's like over here. That's like that pinkish. Dang, they say we need 160 for an American dream. I can see that. DMV area expensive.
Depends where you live.
It depends where your dream is.
Yeah.
Well, I said Maryland. It said Maryland.
That's what
well, yeah. Maryland's pretty big.
It depends what city you live in.
Yeah, but you see the Midwest, 109 is definitely cheaper. When you go down south, it's a little more. The red, Massachusetts, New Jersey, expensive.
They saying PA is purple, only 140 to 150. Nah, that's interesting.
That's the American dreams: a house, car, family, college. You know what I mean?
Affordable states, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Kentucky need between $109,000 and $117,000. The median income
DC?
for household of 4 people in each of those states in 2022 was between $71,000 and $87,000. Hawaii, California, and Massachusetts are the most expensive. Each requires an annual income of more than $240,000. The median income for a family of 4 in those 3 states in 2022 fell at least $94,000 short of what's required for the American dream. A different analysis from EPI found that in about 80% of the country, a family of 4 can afford their basic needs on less than $100,000 per year. Those include things such as housing, food, transportation, healthcare, childcare, taxes, and a few other basic necessities.
It doesn't take into account anything extra. It's really just putting food on the table, putting a roof over your head, getting health care for your family. And so you're not saving for a rainy day if something happens to somebody or if they lose their job. So there's no extra in there for retirement.
It is for me.
College.
That comes first, bro. Always gotta have your back end taking care of something. Something. I don't care, $1,000. Something.
Rainy day.
Only about 3% of those counties have a median income higher than the basic cost of living.
The idea behind the American dream hasn't really changed, even though lifestyles have.
Yeah.
It used to be that you could get out of school, get a job, buy a home, and start a family, and now those milestones are harder to achieve.
It's a different world we live in too, bro.
Yeah.
Degree, you're good to go. You can get a great job, build a car, everything, and be right in the middle class.
But then again, it helps too.
But now,
Yeah, I think it do. I mean, it's a study that said people with college degrees
on
on average make more money than us. So,
right? Now,
paper costs
you gotta pay for
I get mine.
People are graduating with much larger student loan balances, and then it's harder to be on that same sort of career trajectory that would provide the stability that you maybe would have had a generation ago to save up for the down payment on a home.
Student loan debt reached an all-time high of $1.77 trillion in the first quarter of 2023. This can have a ripple effect.
You know how much money these loan services are making money? How much money they're making, bro?
Yeah.
$1.7 trillion with the student loan debt. You know how much money they're making off of interest, bro? A month? That's crazy.
Dollars
That's
in the first quarter of
crazy,
2023. This can have
That's
a ripple
crazy.
effect, especially when entire generations are starting their adulthoods with thousands of dollars in debt.
So when we think about the kinds of investments you want to make for your children, the cost of college has gone up a lot faster than overall inflation. So trying to make those investments on a smaller and smaller paycheck compared to the cost of living can be very difficult and almost impossible. And so the kinds of debt that young people can rack up going to college gets larger and larger, and your ability to then make ends meet yourself, be able to buy a car, be able to move out of your parents' house, those things become much more difficult over time.
The American dream typically is people owning property and having children, but that's becoming largely inaccessible for many people.
Oh, pause.
And even those who have...
What's the American dream to you, bro?
I just want to be able to do what I want, to be debt free and do what I want for real. You know, have options.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You feel me?
I think a lot of times, like when people outside the country come in here, they look at the American dream, getting a house, having kids, all that good stuff, which is true, very true. I will also say just being happy, bro, doing things that you really want to do.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like if I want to take a gap year and not work and travel, that's my American dream.
You feel me?
Of course, the basics. I want a nice place to live. I would like a job, a nice car, a beautiful wife. You know, I mean, kids, be able to take care of my kids, send them to private school, whatever you might have it. So that's what I've been thinking about lately. It's two different dreams. I got a dream just for myself, and I got a dream with the family. So, you know, it's two different ones.
That's a fact.
Yeah, for sure.
Habiting these things,
Basic
they're finding
necessities, at
managing
least.
every dollar coming in and out just to stay afloat. So that trade-off is underlying the new cost of the American dream.
Millennials and Gen Zers still want to buy homes despite feeling like they can't afford it. 62% of younger millennials and 63% of Gen Zers still say owning a home is part of the American dream. 66% of U.S. renters surveyed say rising prices leave them feeling hopeless about ever owning a home. 72% of respondents say they can't afford the down payment. 17% of all home buyers said that saving for the down payment was the most difficult task in the buying process. And 52% said student loan debt delayed their ability to save.
Yeah, that's true.
The typical first-time home buyer in 2022 had a household income of $95,900.
That's solid, but this is the big caveat. That's household. A lot of people are married and need two incomes.
That's true.
So that's two people. That's two people. Yeah. That's household, to the household. Yeah. Well, you know people that's making that just dolo.
Literally.
So it's like, it's tight. It's tight out here, especially that's why a lot of people you need to get married.
But here's I'm glad you mentioned it. Imagine you and your wife both making
that. 90, that's 180.
You feel me? You wouldn't even need
that's
the
good.
150.
That's
I ain't
good.
Gonna cut, bro. You
that's
wouldn't
good.
even need the 150.
Yeah, I wouldn't need it.
You wouldn't need
I
it.
wouldn't need it. I still get it, but I wouldn't need it. Yeah, for sure. And my thing is, getting married, relationship, I want to live off my check, and then your check, we just stack it.
But by all means, I'm still getting that 150 though. By all means.
You feel me?
You feel me?
Because
just looking at this number though, just based off that, bro.
Exactly.
Nationally, a prospective home buyer would need a nearly $110,000.
Do you think buying a house is an investment, bro? Do you look at it as an investment?
It's a preservation of wealth. I don't think it's going to just you buy a home and you rich.
Like that. I like that.
That's what I've been learning. It's a preservation of wealth, bro. It's not you just.
That's a good answer. Okay.
You feel me? You buy it and get rich because we think about the taxes, the maintenance, the grass. You know what I mean? All that. When you add it up at the end of the life, including the money that's going to interest, like 30 years loans, if you pay that for 360 payments, say you buy a crib for $300, you're gonna be paying probably an M by the time you're done.
That's a fact.
So it's like, that's just interest.
Film?
So it's iffy. It depends what your goal is, bruh. I don't think it's just you buy it and you get rich. Or I'm gonna get 5 properties when I'm rich.
Yeah,
it's not like that no more.
I feel like getting a house for me, bro. I would only do it when I know I'm starting a family.
That's what I'm saying.
Like other than that, I'd rather put my money in the market.
Yeah, I'm chill. Condo apartment. I feel like the market is less expensive.
Yeah.
Capital gains tax, but I feel like it's still gonna be less than what you would do in real estate.
That's true
for sure. No, I agree. I was like, I might get 1-2 property. I might just cool it here, bro. Yeah. And then when I get married, me and my wife come together. We save up and we buy a house, townhouse.
Literally.
Then that's cool, cause we got 2 income. Woo woo. I'm chill here. I'm decked this joint out. I'm cool by myself, bro. But I feel like you said family, wife, kids. You probably won't do that.
Not only that, but just business wise, like an Airbnb or something. I definitely tap in with that for sure. But other than that, I just can't see it. It don't make no sense for me. I'm only one person, bro.
Exactly.
Salary to afford the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance payments on a median price home. But the median household income in the United States in 2022 was
I'm saying preservation of wealth and taxes, but just get rich.
Nice neighborhood.
No. Because if you think you got renters, then they stop paying. You got 2 mortgages you got to pay.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So it's risky.
Vastly improved. Part of that's home ownership.
Collectively, Americans owe $1.13 trillion on their credit cards.
Inflation, it's eroding people's purchasing power.
Bro, a lot of
reducing
people
their
use their
ability
credit cards
to
and don't
save
even
for
have
their
that money
future
in
or
their bank
invest
account.
in his long-term goals.
It's just a trap, bro. It's a trap. I got a couple. It's easy to get trapped with them credit cards, bro. It's very easy. You gotta make sure you pay them joints off, bro. You gotta make sure it's not.
Self-esteem, their resilience, their overall
and they be trying to keep up and stuff, and
it's trash.
Yeah, it's a
people
trap.
Get approved for that 10,000 credit limit, they go crazy. And next thing you know, like, oh, I gotta make payments.
You gotta pay that joint back, or they will default you, bro.
You feel me?
Yeah, that joint hit your credit fast. I ain't pay. One day I missed a student loan. I was still in school. They didn't know I was still in school. My student loan payment came back. They thought I didn't pay. I was still in school, but my credit dropped like half. Yes. For like 700 to like 350, I was like, hold on. I emailed them quick, bro. I was like, chill. I'm still in school. Had to get the paperwork. Probably like a couple weeks later, I just bounced back up.
Okay.
But it's like that's serious, bro. Like if you don't pay, they gonna come. They will hit your credit like that.
Question.
It's gone.
What happens if you pass away and you still got that? That go to your kids?
I don't know. I didn't look it up. I think it might go to your kids or something. Okay.
Discharge me as possible. Interesting.
Yeah, well, I ain't no time soon, so we stuck with that joint.
Studies have suggested that debt growth became a substitution for income growth. More than a quarter of Americans
I can see that though
they
too.
are doom spending or spending money despite economic concerns.
There's also this idea that young adults are feeling more discouraged in their own financial standing. So in that way, they're less inclined to even save for long-term goals and more likely to just live in the moment. It's just sort of that mentality, like you only live once. I may not buy a home anyway, so let's take that.
So we can send this one here, but yeah, that's true though, cause like I'll be reading a lot of studies. Our generation, we don't be caring about retirement. Well, I do, but a lot of our generation don't. They rather live for the moment. They rather travel now.
I don't know, bro.
It is, but at the same time, I get it, cause they like me personally, bro. Like I don't want to wait till I'm 65 to get my dream car.
I feel no. By all means. I feel like there's certain levels to it, right? So getting the dream car, 30, mid-30s, cool.
Yeah.
But we 24, about to be 25.
There's no need for that right now.
There's no need for a lot of stuff that people are doing, bro.
Yeah.
And they're wondering why they're gonna keep working when they're like 65 or something,
true.
Bro. Like,
that's true.
You gotta use your money right, bro.
Yeah, you do. But at the same time, like, you work. It's like, you just gotta find that balance.
Not only that, like,
but
I
it's
feel
grind
like
time though. Still,
now that's a fact. So. And because we went to school, all we know is how to work for money. As soon as you understand the blueprint of how to grow that joint, you don't have to actually go ask your boss for another. You don't.
Once it start compounding and you good, then you straight.
People got to be educated on that.
You feel me? So the next segment is how long you should stay at your job. Let's see what they're talking about.
95% of American workers said they plan to look for a new job in 2024. Money's a big part of this. 45% of American workers say they need a higher income. Job switchers increase their salary more quickly on average than those who stay put. In February 2024, people who stayed at their job for more than 3 months increased their salary by 5.1% year over year, whereas those who switched jobs increased by 5.9%.
I ended up almost doubling my salary after a year and a half. And then from there, each year, I probably increased my salary from anywhere to $15,000 to $35,000 or $40,000.
But hiring professionals stress that it's important to be strategic about job moves.
You don't want to rise up the ranks too quickly.
And then it's like, if you do that, you stay there 2 years, did you really fully get all the knowledge and skills you needed to? Because once you leave that job, the next job is going to expect you to do more. You know what I mean?
Not even that. You stay. Let's say you stay at your job for 2 years too, bro. The next job that you're going to, they're going to be like, wait, you're going to switch to another job when you get 2 years here too?
Yeah, like, that too.
This expensive
they look at that.
head that's sort of easy to chop in any kind of downturn.
I think companies do expect an unrealistic level of loyalty, but unfortunately we're at their whim a lot of times, right? So we do have to play the game, and that game is making it seem like you're going to spend the rest of your life there. They really
the way I look at this, another big thing too. Job relationships, a relationship is a big thing, bro. People be thinking hop to one company to another company. That's cool, but at the same time, you're on the top of the list when it comes to the layoffs. Bro.
Yeah, for sure.
If you don't have that relationship, it plays a huge part.
It does. Not saying like we family buddy, but
that job security is key.
Yeah, knowing that I can depend on Nick, he can do good work. That's important.
How long is the optimal amount of time to stay at your job for your career advancement, salary, and your well-being?
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on takeout every done.
I'm getting back on track with Factor. Fresh.
Yeah, you look good.
The survey data about why people leave their jobs is pretty consistent across the board. Ranking at the top of the list are wanting a higher salary and not feeling like they have room for growth at their current job.
If y'all new to my channel, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. J. Russ, cover things business, finance, lifestyle, reaction to a wide range of different topics. If you're returning, hit that like button, leave a comment during the discussion. How long you should stay at your job. This is a different segment of video we was just playing, but might be a whole separate video, so that's why I'm just doing that. But let's get into it.
Desire for higher salaries may lead people to job hop, which is when a worker jumps from job
to job. I let my job keep accurate with my pay. Stay, I'm chill. I ain't keeping. Just keep me around market price.
Next level role in terms of seniority and in terms of your income level. And the reality behind that is in your current company, for you to get promoted, for you to get to the next level, that position needs to open up in a way that it's either someone leaves or they get promoted or the company is growing.
Gen Z is 36% more likely than other generations to prioritize advancement opportunities. Even if there are opportunities for promotions within their current workplace, they may still find it easier to leave.
A lot of employers are reaching out to people and recruiting them. Workers have more negotiating power that way. You can also find out more easily what wages are available just by going on ZipRecruiter and looking at job postings, whereas perhaps finding out what the opportunities are within your company involves sort of an uncomfortable conversation with your manager.
Other common reasons for leaving are to get better benefits, to escape a toxic work environment, and for better work-life balance.
I understand.
The ancillary thing is, if I pay people more, would they be happier? If that were true, then investment banks and private equity firms, law firms would be the happiest places in the world to work. They notoriously aren't viewed that way because there's a certain way that you treat people, whether it's benefits or whether it's time off or compensation or quite frankly, just how you treat people on a day in and day out basis with interpersonal skills. Those are the things that end up being more important.
Workers also have career aspirations that may not
be make a difference though.
Early in my career, I always had the goal of eventually working for myself. So I told myself around the age of 30, try and get enough experience and exposure to the things that are required to have a consulting firm. So each job that I've worked, I've always left a company if I felt like I had already obtained the skill that I needed to obtain. And if I wasn't getting opportunity to obtain the skills that I needed,
I will only be ready to live when I know I gain all the skills I need.
We tend to change every 2 to 3 years in terms of our goals, our priorities, our stages of life. And now the younger generations ask themselves, well, how does my career serve me and not the other way around?
There's never a wrong reason to want to leave. If you want to leave, you can leave, right? But you have to be smart about leaving.
Americans consistently stay at their jobs for a median of 3 to 4 years. In 2022, the median tenure was 4.1 years. In 2002, it was 3.7, and back in 1983, it was 3.5 years. But breaking those numbers down by age paints a clearer picture about how long Americans should stay at their jobs. Between 2002 and 2022, workers aged 20 to 24 typically stayed at their jobs for less than 1.5 years. As you look at older workers, the median tenure increases with each age group.
I think a lot of people think
how long. You had the discussion with your boss of how long you stayed there. He's been in the company.
He's been in 30 years.
30 years. My boss just celebrated 20 years.
Yeah, they be there for a lot.
And I be thinking like,
if job security is big for them, and a lot of people just don't leave. Like even at Shabbat and First Baptist, people been there since I was a kid.
That's a fact.
Like my pre-K teachers still be there. I'd be like, dang. And if that works for them, that works for them.
Yeah.
It might work for me. Like I say, it all depends how the dynamic is. If I'm enjoying it, whenever I get bored, whenever I might have it. You know what I mean? So it depends.
Thing is being generational, but it's actually more driven by age than generation.
Keep it simple.
So our parents' generations at the same age as young people today, a lot of the data shows that they quit at very similar rates.
A Bureau of Labor Statistics study found that American adults born between 1957 and 1964 held an average of 12.7 jobs between the ages of 18 and 56, with nearly half of those jobs held before the age of 25.
I think the idea that you have to stay at one company for an extended period of time comes most probably from our families and our parents, because their expectation and their version of success was to stay within one company or at least within one career their entire life.
Our parents would get pensions, they would work for a company for a certain amount of time, retire, and be paid for the rest of our lives. So the incentives have shrunk, and so the loyalty is just not there.
Another thing to consider is a lot of benefits accrue over time. So if you switch companies too quickly, you could be leaving money on the table. For example,
like your 401k, like my joint I invested to 3 years. So like I'm minimum staying 3 years. Like, you know what I mean? I don't even get that. If I left before then, all that match would be gone. So that'd just be dumb. So I'm at least staying 3 years.
Won't allow you to keep your 401k match until you've been there for a certain number of years.
I see a huge wave of Gen Z and millennial professionals asking
at least the 3, at least get the
job,
benefits.
Is this career right for me?
You know what I mean?
And what do I want for my career to look like and to feel like? And where do I find this career? Versus feeling like, hey, I have to stay doing what I've been doing in my career.
Recruiters say there's more leeway for job switching earlier in your career.
Gen Z can do that right now because they're in their early 20s. But when they get to their late 20s or their early 30s, they can't be moving like
stability,
that.
You can't move around like that.
You're not making any mistakes right now. There are so many places that you could go and none of them would be a mistake because you're so young and you have so many years to figure out what you want to do. When you're 35, not really, right? Ideally, you're in your career and you're making a good salary with great benefits. And once you have that, you need to be more strategic and intentional about those moves that you make because now you can make a really bad career mistake.
Instead of asking...
This next topic is... Where's that job? They be spamming with the ads.
For real,
dang, we just watched this. They be spamming you. I respect it. Get your paper. I respect it. So what's up with y'all, man? My name is Jonathan Russell, J. Russ. If y'all new to my channel, hit that like, comment, subscribe button. If you're returning, appreciate you for tuning back in. Cover all things business, reaction, lifestyle videos, wiring to different topics. And with my co-host Nick, we going over third part of why getting a job feels so difficult. Main topic is why entry-level job requirements feel, I think, so demanding.
Picture yourself on the hunt for a new job. After scrolling through numerous job postings, you finally land on one that seems to be a perfect fit. That's until you see the required years of experience, necessary certifications, and a host of skills you need to be proficient in. In 2023, 42% of employees felt they were excluded from job opportunities due to a lack of formal qualifications or experience. Lacking enough of the right experience, skills, credentials, and/or education ranked second among the biggest barriers for job seekers in 2022.
The job market today is definitely tougher than the job market we've seen over the last couple of years.
Many job seekers don't know what they're qualified for and feel that they're unqualified for jobs even that on paper look like a good fit.
Meanwhile, companies say they are putting skills first.
There has been a shift over the past few years towards skills-based hiring, with employers far more concerned about employees' experience and skills than even their degrees.
46% of companies plan to increase their hiring in the first half of 2024 because their current employees lack the required skills. 79% of workers and hiring managers said that skills, experience, and past accomplishments are more valuable than credentials and education.
I think right now we see businesses working together and trying to identify what are the skills that are really necessary to do the jobs for which they're hiring today, and to be able to predict the jobs that they will be hiring for in the coming months and years.
So why are job requirements becoming more demanding? And what implications does it have for both job seekers and the economy as a whole?
The U.S. labor market has cooled in recent months because overall economic activity has cooled. We had a big bout of inflation, and the Fed raised interest rates to slow down the economy to allow supply to catch up. As a result, the labor market has slowed down as well.
Hiring rates in the U.S. have dipped to 3.5% in March 2024. Following hikes
during COVID, it was peak. It was crazy. You can get a job easily. And that joint said, all them layoffs.
Yeah.
And that was done.
People thought
and after the pandemic.
Yeah,
total job postings declined more than 15% at the end of 2023 compared to the year prior. There was one open job for every active applicant on LinkedIn in 2022. By the following year, that ratio turned to one job for every 2 active applicants.
When there are more candidates on the market looking for jobs and less jobs out there, the job market becomes more competitive for job seekers. But for employers, that means they get their pick of talent.
If a job says that it requires no experience, but 100 people apply and many of them do have experience, well, of course the employer is going to take the person with the most experience. We also are in a high interest rate environment where companies have less access to capital, and so they're less prepared to take a risk. They're only hiring where needed for sure bet jobs.
STEM engineers, program managers, project managers.
There's another reason why, and that is about the hiring process per se, which has changed. Employers increasingly got rid of recruiters.
2023 saw a sharp decline in online job postings for job recruiters, with several prominent companies like Google, Apple, and Amazon laying off a significant number of recruiters and employees in the HR department.
The recruiters were the kind of professional people who understood the job market, understood jobs, and would go to the line managers and say, hey, this job doesn't need 5 years experience. With those people gone, there's no real pushback on hiring requirements. Line managers who really aren't experts on this stuff, they might ask their team, what do you think you need to do this job? They say, well, it'd be nice to have a master's degree. Well, somebody who has 5 years experience, that would be great too. And so the requirements inflate, and then they can't find anybody to fill the job, and they say, oh, there's a skills gap. There's a problem in the labor force. And they don't raise the wages.
Yeah, you can, but something I want in my job now, they be so busy, don't even be having that much. They do, but it's not enough to sit down. This like you kind of got to learn on the fly.
Yeah.
It's no
but
manual.
Even then, though, that's basically the same thing. You're still learning.
Yeah, it's still learning. Just your employees got to have the bandwidth to be able to set up a meeting and teach you.
That's a fact.
If they good, nice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you're trying to fill the same job at the same pay, but now you're requiring more background, more experience, more years of education. Guess what? Hard to do.
As companies grow more selective, 54% of recruiters said quality of hire will be their top priority for 2024 through 2029. 83% of chief human resource officers said they're hiring talent with specialized skills while hiring fewer new employees than they did a year ago.
What we're seeing on LinkedIn is that for employers, skills are becoming a priority. 73% of recruiters say that is a priority when they're trying to source candidates. They want to know what skills they have, what they can actually do.
What employers want is evidence that you can actually do the work.
Yeah,
the other thing is they want somebody who's done exactly that job before, and not something that looks quite similar.
Hiring for entry-level and less specialized positions dropped from 79% in 2022 to just 61%.
Typically, when the labor market slows, entry-level workers are hit a bit harder than overall workers.
We don't have real entry-level jobs, hardly at all. Every employer wants to hire somebody who's already worked someplace else.
Entry-level jobs only account for 2.5% of all the jobs posted on ZipRecruiter as of the end of April 2024, and just 1.9% of all jobs available today say they do not require experience at all. Over a third of employers refrain from hiring recent Gen Z college graduates in favor of older employees, with more than half saying recent college graduates are
people who have 5 years
unprepared for the
experience
workforce.
now.
A survey also found that more than half of Americans who graduated from a 2-year or 4-year college did not apply for an entry-level position because they felt unqualified.
Many entry-level job seekers find themselves in a catch-22. In order to get experience, you need a job. But in order to get that first job, you need experience. And that is a very challenging position to find yourself in.
Man, get an internship. If you in school, senior year, junior year, school.
Oh, no.
That's literally the gateway to the shine, bro.
Internship, do good, and then you get that return offer. And then you good for real. For sure.
57% of general job seekers between 2020 and 2022 also said that a lack of skills or training prevented them from applying for a job they wanted. 84% of unemployed workers said they are interested in more opportunities to learn more skills.
The United States does not have a robust system that enables us to support the kind of upskilling and training that workers need throughout their career in order to advance.
The federal government spends very little and has little control over education and on training too. There are some pretty big training programs the federal government pays for, but it's not really where the action is. It's state and local governments. And those have been squeezed, and in many states, they're squeezing everything down, less and less spending.
OECD countries on average spent 0.11% of their GDP on training their workers in 2021. In comparison, the U.S. spent only
that's what I'm saying. There's not enough training too.
One of the reasons we may not see as much on-the-job training in the U.S. as we see in other countries is that we rely on the private sector to do a lot of our training.
The employers have largely given up on training, particularly compared to where they were 30 or 40 years ago. They're not developing talent internally. They're looking outside to hire people rather than to promote them from within.
And there's a good reason for that. Our labor market in the United States is very, very, very flexible. You can pour a lot of money into an employee as an employer, only to see them leave after 2 months.
That's what he's saying. So
there are disincentives in our labor market for employers to make big investments in workers, especially after the Great Resignation, when so many people were switching jobs very quickly.
There's also a huge mismatch between the skills employees have and the skills employers are looking for.
I think we have a huge skills mismatch problem in the United States, with lots and lots and lots of people studying subjects for which there aren't that many job opportunities, and very, very few people getting skills in trades and industries.
Or do that, I'm saying, useful. Or gonna need mechanic.
Right now, there are
drivers.
more people
Well, I don't know. AI
that
might
have
take
4-year degrees than there are jobs for which businesses are hiring.
Maybe computer stuff.
At the same time, there's
like robots, you put the car on the belt, robots,
the kind of training or skills programs that enable them to
they might, you program it right, you might.
school
that joint might be gone.
and less education than a 4-year degree.
That'd be cheaper too.
Believe it or not, it's a lot harder to become one of those skilled trades than you would think. The union training programs are great, but they're a smaller proportion of the economy by a lot than they used to be.
So you might just need 1-2 people, a 2-man team. The rest robots.
Maybe only choice, and that becomes like a 2-year degree.
You might not need all humans.
Community colleges don't, we think, cost that much, but if you don't have the money to pay for it, it's a burden.
Jobs that require skills training are really the backbone of the economy. We saw this during the pandemic. We see it today still with transportation and the supply chain. And the businesses that hire these workers are creating jobs in our community and are really growing local economies.
It could cost the U.S. as much as $975 billion by 2028 if upskilling doesn't catch up with the demand in the workplace.
In order to keep having rising standards of living in the US, we need to do 2 things. We need to be productive, and we need to maintain our competitive edge in the global economy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, even when I was looking, that was what, two years ago? They have all these requirements, and it says entry level, and I'm like, damn, where am I supposed to get this at? So you just gotta lock in on a good major and create a portfolio with work that you've done that applies to what you're trying to do, and that's your best bet. And go to these hiring events in person. See people in person, apply, get your pitch, because applying online, it ain't going to work. You might get lucky, because I know, you applied online, right? Did you meet your job in person?
You know what's funny, bro? I don't even remember applying.
You know what I'm saying?
They reached out.
They reached out? Okay.
I'm not going to lie.
When was it, 2022?
That was, I was a senior in college, so that was like early 2022, late 2021, something like that. Okay. So that the job market was still kind of end of 2021, early 22. Yeah. I feel like midway through 2022, that's when things was going to buns. But another thing too, I feel like people shouldn't be discouraged about what they see for job requirements. Like, by all means, apply, bro. They might look at you. They might look through your resume. You know, you might have had a couple of experiences here and there. They might mess with you.
You never know. Yeah,
you never know.
Definitely apply. You just gotta tailor your resume. Apply. You need to apply at least 100 plus.
I know some people that lied on their resume, bro. Yeah, they still got the job.
Yeah, that's risky.
I wouldn't do that though. Don't do that.
It can work. Yeah. But when they be like, all right, bet, do this, and you don't know how to do it, you better be down bad.
You feel me?
You better be down bad.
You feel me?
All right. Let's see, because we only going along, so I'm going to switch over. Alright. What's up with y'all, man? My name is Jonathan Russell, J. Russ. If you're new to my channel, hit that like, comment, subscribe button. We cover all things business, lifestyle, reaction to a wide range of different topics. If you're returning to my channel, appreciate you, fam. Leave a comment, join the discussion. Like the video so this video can get out a little more. With my co-host Nick today, we're just cooking up reaction videos. But his next video is young. We live in the DMV area, so we always see these YNs just doing crazy stuff. But it's this crazy story we saw on the TL is young male and rapper tied to, what's that, 15?
15
shootings in 4 years. That's crazy. So we gonna see what they talk about, bruh.
Nobody wins when the family feels.
If they ain't like it.
Bro, he look like 12.
He do.
That's crazy. I'm chief.
Why they ended like
chief
that?
police for the city of District Heights. Tarpley spelled T as in Tom, A-R, P as in Paul, L-E-Y. With me, I'm joined by Mayor Cynthia Miller and our Vice Mayor Xander Harcourt. At approximately 1:50 this afternoon, officers responded to the 6600 block of Atwood Street for a report of a shooting. It is confirmed that 3 people have been shot, 2 adults, and 1 teenager.
Update on that deadly shooting in Southeast that we've been covering since our noon hour. Thank you for joining us. I'm Scott Thuman.
And I'm Victoria Sanchez. We know right now that 2 people were killed and 2 others hurt, including a 2-year-old girl on a walk with her daycare group.
1 homicide here in the District of Columbia is too many. And I'm telling you, we are sick and tired of this.
Growing up in D.C. or the DMV area, it's a high chance you grew up listening to go-go. Here in your neighborhood you grew up in, being shouted out mid-performance.
Hey.
What kind of car do you drive?
2022 Tesla Model Y. Why?
If you don't mind me asking, what do you pay for car?
You're wrong. Even back then, you had different people from different neighborhoods chilling with each other. My generation had groups who hang with each other during the go-go's that made names just for that group. And in some cases, that made people feel better. Like they had people they can trust while in a one-way in, one-way out environment. And that tradition took place for many generations to come. Fast forward to 2024, not so much. Some say now go-go's are obsolete, unless it's for the grown and sexy, because of the violence that come with it. Being hard to get a venue to actually approve the go-go. You wouldn't recognize it. And just like the go-go's, you can say that for the neighborhoods in the DMV area. You wouldn't recognize it past this generation. You see, that neighborhood that the go-go used to shout out, that was just the neighborhood you grew up in, or you was born and raised. Nothing more, nothing less. But nowadays, in the DMV area, they're not going by neighborhoods. They're going by alleged gangs that they formed through alliances through other neighborhoods. While according to authorities, for the sole purpose to go against their enemies and the ones they cool with. And in return, in most cases, some would say, the blind leading the blind. Because then you get cases like we got today. Kids with a good home don't even live in these neighborhoods. Coming to the trenches to do drills, murders, and attempts. In some cases, broad daylight. Not knowing in DC, they got a camera on almost every corner.
That's what I'm saying. They do all this thinking they not gonna get caught. But that's how you know they too young, cause they don't even put that together. Like,
yeah, how would you know? Not even from there. Then you also want to be a rapper and talk about these drills on a song, because now you feel qualified. Turns out that one song you did is a part of your indictment. And not to mention, you know they gotta go online fast. Give clues. And in this case, the 13
make this
views,
up, bro.
That was also in your indictment.
They got.
You made
they put the pieces together.
They said they come on a.
That was also in your indictment. Give clues. And in this case, to 13 viewers. That was also in your indictment.
13 viewers. The fans was like, they was like, okay, I see you, Freddie. They're like, oh, okay, I see you, Freddie.
Made on a platform now called X with less than 30 followers. The police managed to get a hold of that too, and that's in your indictment as well. But all along,
it really, someone could get away if they ain't do no social media, no nothing, bro.
You put your life on the line.
That's really how they get.
Yes, that's how they get caught.
Don't even really own nothing.
Be so hot.
Set you to crash out. But like we just said, fam, the blind leading the blind. By the way, that move the older dude put you on, that's the reason y'all got caught. The firearms you using, you posted. And the fit you did a drill in, the same fit you taking pictures in.
Oh, go back, bro. Go back.
The gun.
Go back, bro.
The older dude put you on, that's the reason y'all got caught. The firearms.
Pause it. This nigga wearing the same shoes on the drill
the
with
same
IG pic, bro.
Yeah, bro. The same shoes. They were like, they gonna zoom in. Zoop. Okay, bet. Size 9. Bet. We got them. Bet right there. The same scuff on the left side. Boom. That match right there. Oh, that's a gun he posted online. Oh, that matches the serial number. Build your case,
even
bro.
That, bro. How dumb can you be?
Cause they young. They don't be thinking.
To wear the same shoes you wear every day. Even in an IG, bro, and you rely doing a drill.
If I'm doing a drill, I'm blacked out, clothes from Target. When I'm done, the doing's getting burnt. The car, you won't see me ever. That car, I don't know. I'll probably walk doing a bike like the Luigi dude did. I'm probably on a bike with it or something, bro. But the same clothes.
You posted.
That's crazy.
The fit you did a drill in.
That's crazy.
The same fit
and
you
taking
like
pictures
walking
on the street.
But it get worse.
Normal.
To your affidavit,
like, all right, let's go back home. They be thinking it's real life. They be thinking it's real life GTA.
That's all tied to the gun.
Yeah, this was tied to the gun. Different shootings. They was passing that thing around like hot potato. From VA, District Heights to Virginia.
They got shit back to 2019.
Yeah, bro.
Years. With one banned for 3 murders in one day. Also shooting a 2-year-old who was at daycare.
You know?
Shooting more innocent little girls than your alleged target. But that's what we got here today, family. 2 groups. They got many hoods. Allegedly connected according to this 50-plus page affidavit we're about to go over. A sad case of following the wrong people just to fit in. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. Cases in DC and Maryland that recently got closure after a recent arrest. It's a neighborhood in southeast DC located on Stanton Terrace and Bruce Place, also known as Henson Ridge, or the Z, that's allegedly affiliated with neighborhoods and crews called GBY, Get Back Gang, and YGA, Youngest Get Out.
That's
And he also closely aligned with the neighborhood crew from Maryland Walker Mill, also known as WDS, Walk Down Steps. Now, a person identified in this affidavit as Subject 1 is an 18-year-old aspiring rapper who go by the name of Marcus Middleton Jr., who's also affiliated with the neighborhood WDS, Walk Down Steppers, in Walker Mill, Maryland. Now, Marcus lived in Clinton and went to a nice high school in Maryland called Wise, but he was also an aspiring rapper, as we mentioned, and had a thrill for being in the streets. His rap stage name was Ackwick, and those who close to Marquise will call him Keese. Now, Marquise had a couple songs on YouTube. One had a video. It was his track titled G30, with only 13,000 views and counting, where he mentioned some clues that would later help him get indicted. Quote, I come with that switch, I come with that Drake, I come in your spot, I sit with you late, I caught two on a date, I was working at Drake.
Check this out.
Bro, that shit, they saying in the court.
They saying the whole, what's the name, bro? Like,
they reading that in the court.
Like,
Two men walking got hit in the
two in a
face.
day, two shootings, okay. He used the Drake, oh, there we go.
Clutch in the back with that 300 B. Y'all working that Drake, he'll get on one knee. I done ran through they rip me, leaking Lil Z. A car full of vests, everybody got beat. I was working that switch, I be working that P. Still kicking, I don't give a
Now, the person affidavit we looking at is a 25-year-old man who go by the name Andre Green. And according to authorities, the other perpetrators in this affidavit
old
is
head.
his youngest.
Why is y'all
Now,
old
Andre
heads still out here
Marquise
trying to be on
alleged
drills,
opposition.
bro?
According to
I
Andre
think the old
affidavit,
head was telling
his
him what to
neighborhood is
do.
like 23rd
Oh.
Street, Savannah
So
Terrace,
he was a
which is
playmaker. He was
southeast
making the plays.
neighborhood in Washington, D.C., which is also where the shooting occurred. We'll later discuss. 23rd and Savannah are also called a self-chase down game. Andre and Marquise also allegedly had beef with the neighborhood located on 3500 Stanton Road, Southeast, known as Parkland, also known as Trap Flavor or Mob Ties. They also had beef
creative with
with
these
a
names.
group on the 22nd Street, Southeast, known as Deuce Deuce. And according to this affidavit, it led to shootings, murders, disarms over the past 2 years. Now, in this video, we'll focus on the latest shooting that Andre and Marquise and two other people who haven't been identified was allegedly involved in, according to Andre affidavit. A shooting that took place July 18th, 2024, a summer morning in Southeast Washington, D.C. Broad daylight, 40 minutes before noon. Members of the Metropolitan Police Department, 7th District, were in the area of 23rd and Alabama Avenue, Southeast. When they heard the sound of gunshots, officers responded to a shopping center located on the 2200 block of Alabama Avenue, Southeast, where they located 4 victims suffering from gunshot wounds. 3 men and a 2-year-old girl who was at daycare during their routine walk. 2 of the men died, with 1 being shot in the head. Later identified as Lamont Street, 29 years old, and Jermaine Proctor, 50 years old. May they both rest in peace and love and condolences to their families. Now, apparently, the 2 men that lost their life were chilling in the parking lot with over 10 people. The other man that was shot was walking from work.
Update on that deadly shooting in Southeast that we've been covering since our noon hour. Thank you for joining us. I'm Scott Thuman.
And I'm Victoria Sanchez. We know right now that 2 people were killed and 2 others hurt, including a 2-year-old girl on a walk with her daycare group. Police are still looking for multiple suspects.
Our Tom Rousey has been on this story all afternoon, and Tom, you spoke with the toddler's grandmother.
Yeah, Scott and Victoria, she tells me she's in intensive care right now. She's asking the whole community to pray for this little 2-year-old girl named Emily.
That's
Emily
crazy, bro.
was with
And I know
another man erupted.
Yeah.
Normal, but with one.
Because he ain't do nothing.
The local ANC chair says police were sitting at Alabama Plaza a lot until suddenly stopping doing so recently.
That ain't gonna
It
happen.
seems like when the cruises are not happening, it seems like the violence inevitably ramps right back up.
He says he got a concealed carry permit because of all the violence around here, but he still doesn't feel safe.
Because having a concealed carry,
you're gonna do something like that.
you
Make sure you
just
get,
never know.
don't try to do no
Walking through a
innocent life.
community, you
The
could be
dude could be innocent too.
not
Just don't do it at all, bro.
One mother tells us she tries to keep her 9-year-old son inside constantly.
He's inside on his computer or the stupid tablet or that stupid laptop
safe.
or whatever on those
Or you might have to
stupid
move,
social
though.
media TikTok sites and all that other stuff. But you know what? It's fine because he's not out here getting shot.
The grandmother of 2-year-old Emily asked the entire community to pray for the child's recovery. The grandmother says she just dealt with grief 2 months ago when 3-year-old Taya Settles, who she is also related to, was shot and killed very close to today's shooting. She says Taya and Emily were cousins.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe on that one. The two men who were killed, they fell here in the Alabama Plaza shopping center behind me. The third man who was hit, we are told he is expected to survive. Police believe Emily will survive as well. But again, her grandmother's saying she is in intensive care right now. Police still searching for 3 suspects. They say they believe they left in a blue Dodge Charger, which actually apparently was a different car.
Dude that was in here? One of the light-skinned dude that was there? They say he's one of the
suspects. They got
shot? No. The main dude, the robber.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Reporting live in Southeast Washington, I'm Tom Rousey.
According to Andre recent affidavit, while on surveillance, he was seen plotting with the alleged suspects according to authorities, calling his youngest on camera, gearing up to do the shooting. An hour before the shooting, at around 10:30 a.m., surveillance captured 2 suspects walking in front of 7th District Police Station, located on Stanton Road in Alabama Avenue in Southeast D.C., which is a block away from where the shooting occurred. Now here's footage of the suspects walking eastbound on the 1700
block. Like, okay, they went there, they went here.
Southeast towards the 1700 block of Stanton Terrace, which is also in Southeast. Now here's when police, according to Andre affidavit, knew Marquise was the driver of the homicide vehicle. A neighborhood ring camera captured 2 of the suspects in a much closer view, which also helped point out the shoes he had on and matched the Draco from the shooting almost an hour later. Now 30 minutes before the shooting,
that's what I'm saying. They think it's sweet.
Alabama Southeast, and you see 3 suspects talking together.
They
a camera
so
labeled side
sweet.
storage showed a blue Dodge Charger pull in the alley and stop adjacent from suspect 1, suspect 2, and suspect 3. The suspects were seen getting inside the vehicle. The blue Dodge Charger supposed to be Andre's Charger. And at 10:56, the blue Dodge Charger briefly pulled off before backing into the driveway of a residence located on the 1800 block of Alabama Avenue Southeast. That's when suspect 4 walked out and went into the driver's rear side of the vehicle. The blue Dodge then pulled off and went southbound out the alley, headed towards the 1700 block of Stanton Terrace Southeast, and then made a right on the 3200 block of Stanton Road.
They got every move. Every move.
On the 1400 block of Congress Place, capture a blue Dodge Charger traveling northbound on the 1400 block of Congress Place. Moments later, surveillance camera on the 1400 block
just
of
walking
Congress
like
Place
it's a normal
Southeast
day.
the
Like
homicide
all this is being
a white
recorded.
sedan briefly moved.
That's crazy. I'm just gonna speed it
on 21st and Bruce Place. That appears to be the same blue Dodge Charger that initially picked up the suspects and is believed to have dropped them off at the homicide vehicle, which was only a block away from the offense location. An MPD crime camera located on Alabama Avenue in Stanton Terrace Southeast captured the following events. At 11:19, the homicide vehicle was observed traveling northbound before making a right on the 1800 block of Alabama Avenue. At 11:20,
anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Minimum payment.
The right passenger side door and the rear driver's side door had opened. At 11:21, suspect 1 stopped firing his assault rifle, placed it down to his right side, and transitioned to a semi-automatic pistol that was in his right waistband. Suspect 1 pointed his handgun in the direction of east of the sidewalk and discharged the weapon towards the victim. At 11:21, a surveillance camera on the 2200 block of Alabama Avenue had captured the witness 1 and witness 2 walking small children and pushing victim 1, who happens to be the 2-year-old girl, alongside 5 other toddlers on the corner of Alabama Avenue. As mentioned, they was in daycare. Witness 1 and witness 2 say when the gunshots rang out, they were able to get victim 1 and the other children to safety, but ultimately, victim 1 who hotel bad. They also
go back.
Just last night. Subject 3 had on the same black and gray jacket. His IG put the shoot. A couple weeks later, on July 24th, 2024, police came to the conclusion that subject 1 was Marquise. They compared his Instagram live with 13 views to the Ring doorbell footage with this hit.
It was like, nah, that's crazy.
These dummies.
Yo, they also compared his Balenciaga.
And they got the Balenci's. Good detail. Good.
Shoes,
and if you don't have a tap,
and his pictures,
you can't deny that.
I give him credit. He got gloves on, but at the same time, bro, it's like
his neck tat was up.
Pause it, bro. And that's another thing.
Forgot that date, July 6th. That was 2 weeks before, holding the Draco next to the weapons he used
he posting that shit, bro. That's how you know he young. He's stupid.
That's how I'm saying. They brain ain't fully
young,
developed yet, bruh. They brain is not fully developed yet, bruh.
Yeah, less than 30 followers. They had pictures of him holding the alleged murder weapons inside a local hotel bathroom. They also saw a post he made just last month on August 1st, 2024. Little did Marquise.
And then they go online and they be taunting.
That would be his last post on social media. He played a song that we mentioned
That's
in the beginning of this video.
Bruh.
With his verse. With the
Why do
caption,
y'all be
I know why
doing
they
this,
mad.
bruh?
Hashtag
Like
long
crazy,
live him.
bruh.
Hashtag if I'm lying, I'm flying. Now here are some pictures of the firearms that was recovered. These firearms was linked to 15
bullets.
shooters in 4 years, with the 10 being contact.
And they get life.
And then
30, another statistic, bro.
You last night, police have made an arrest in the shooting that killed 2 men and severely injured a 2-year-old little girl this summer. Our Rafael Sanchez Cruz dug into court documents that are providing more insight into what investigators believe prompted that shooting and how they were able to track one of the suspects down using surveillance cameras and social media. Right, Rafa?
That's right, Lorenzo.
They don't got to pay for this. This is free. They like, what do you got to pay extra people? We can just use online.
The shooters that opened fire, but there's no evidence that he actually fired a gun. They also say Green is associated.
That's crazy, bro. What anything else you gotta say, bro? Last words to the
Bro, stop
wise.
being stupid. Y'all young niggas, y'all gotta stop being stupid, bro. There's no way you got caught up in something like this with police. You just did the job for them, bro.
Yeah,
Like literally, bro.
Easily,
Man.
bro. Like,
go to school.
all they gotta do is go online, couple clicks.
You know what I'm saying? Get a job.
Yeah, bro. It ain't.
Bro. It ain't that deep.
I need some better mentorship, bro. That's why join my Patreon below. I got a mentorship program coming.
Facts. We
get you right, bro. We get you right, bro. So this video always a little long, so I'm just gonna do one more. Just end it off with a little hustle, a little motivation to get this new year right. No, that's not where it's at. This one. That's basically the last one. What's up with y'all, fam? If you're new to my channel, my name is Jay Russ. We cover all things business, lifestyle, reaction to a wide range of different topics. If you're returning to my channel, appreciate you for tuning in. Leave that comment, leave that like, and just keep supporting. I appreciate y'all. I'm with my co-host today, Nick. We're doing some reaction videos. This is gonna be the last one of the day. Start the new year off right, man. So this topic is working 80 hours if you're broke. It's easy to put yourself in hard situations. That's very facts. I need to start working. Stop complaining about these hours.
I want to discuss the mindset behind not wanting to do more because we seem to believe that it's not beneficial for us or it's not healthy. And this goes back to that message that I was sent about what did our parents do with their lives for us to have to work a 9-to-5 job. Basically insinuating that our parents waste their time, which in return, it was passed down on us, so we have more to do with so little time, because not only do most people realize where they're at in life and realize what they want to be later on in life, you don't have anything to fall back on because our parents didn't pass down certain resources or generational habits or generational wealth that some people like to refer to, which is what it is. But I always say, when you look at certain things from why didn't these people do it, you can also sit down and tell yourself, this is what I actually need to do, because you're realizing that there was a problem. You're realizing that there was a gap in between what you want and what someone else was doing who could have gave you something that will help you get to where you want to be a lot quicker. So this goes back to, if you're a single man, you got to put your money first. Fitness and finance should be the only thing that you're worried about. And you don't have a job that pays you $200,000 a year. You're not a doctor. You're not a lawyer. You're not an entrepreneur who makes millions of dollars, at least not right now. But you can get to that point. But what you have to do is you have to do the grunt work. Because to be the entrepreneur that understands everybody's place and everybody's skill set to run a successful business, some of us have to start at the bottom and learn every step about running a successful business. Which means if you do own a business, there is going to be somebody who you hire that does, quote unquote, the grunt work. So you're going to have to work those 80 hours a week, those 70 hours a week. It's not about, this is unhealthy. Later on, when you are old and you can't work and you have no money and you're going to be begging people or seeking help from others, and you're going to tell you no, you're going to be like those grumpy old people that walk around and mad at the world. It's like, what the hell are you mad at the world for? You're in a position that you're in because of you. As a man, you need to get your money up. You need to work. All you need to do is work, eat, shower, and sleep. That's all you need to do. Work out when you can, eat healthy, sleep when you can, and work. Your bank account don't care about how you feel. You understand what I'm saying? Your friends, They're not. I'm not saying you can't have friends, but worrying about building friendships. Okay, put it like this: are your friendships going to be beneficial? Because most people have friends, and when they need those said friends, those friends can't help them. But I oftentimes say, don't worry about looking for help from other people. Help yourself. Do the hard work now so you can help yourself later. The future you is depending on you right now. What are you doing right now that's going to help when you can't work those long hours anymore? When your health is coming into play. When you're not a young man anymore. When you don't have that unlimited energy. We all remember times when we went days. I'm not going to say days, but hours. Oh, I'm going to say days. We remember the times when we went days consistently where we only slept 4 or 5 hours or even less, because not only did we go to school, get out, go to football practice or go to a party and then stay up all night drinking, smoking weed, chasing women. You go home, you sleep 3, 4, 5 hours, but you got to get up and you got to either go back to school or you got to go to the job that you have. Let's say
they do that, but they won't do that.
All of us have those times, but the people that are successful now are the people that sacrifice partying, drinking, smoking to go do something that was going to be beneficial. The valedictorians of the colleges that we all attended, the people that earned.
You do a lot of partying in college, bro?
You can be honest with you, bro. I didn't really go out like that till like maybe sophomore year, sophomore year of school. But even then, COVID happened, so
that's
that
true.
Took away
It definitely did.
But my freshman year, bro, that's because I was kind of shy too. But freshman year, I didn't really do. I was in my books for real. Me and my roommate, we was vibing and whatnot. But other than that, I know you was a party man.
Freshman year, I did a little. It was more so sophomore year. Yeah. Sophomore, I tried a little more. Freshman, I was still doing engineering. Yeah. So that junk was spanking. Yeah. I used to see them go out all the time. And I couldn't go out that much because them I was in the books tutoring.
But even then though, look at you today, like it's
worth it. It pay off. It pay off.
Everything pay off
for sure. That's what you gotta stay down, bro. You in college to do what you need to do. So partying is cool and networking, but a lot of people that did more partying, they
look at them today.
See where they at today.
They went GPAs and became the most successful people that graduated from the same schools we went through, the high schools, the colleges that we attended. What do you think those people was doing? And I'm going to tell you like this. Some of those people were at those parties. But you know what they had? They had the discipline to leave that party, go home, sleep for those 3-4 hours that everybody's doing. But when they got up, they attacked their goals. They put in those hours. Working 80 hours is just like somebody who went to college and studied for 80 hours a day, 70 hours a week, 80 hours a week. They put in 16 hours a day of just consistent growth or challenging themselves to get to where they want to be. You can't look at your feelings and allow your feelings to decide your decisions. You're going to make some bad decisions. And those bad decisions add up. And the more you make bad decisions, the harder it's going to be for you to get your ass out of that bad decision. It's easy to put yourself in something bad. It's hard to get out. It's easy to become fat and out of shape. It's hard to get in shape. It's easy to put yourself in debt. It's hard to get out. It's easy to put yourself in problems that you don't want to be in, but it's hard to get out. Yeah. It's discipline. You lack discipline. You want to know why? Because everything you do, you're doing it based off your emotions. If you're a man, I'm sorry. It's good to have your mom in your life, but some of us are allowing our mothers, the women in our lives, to make us think like women. You are not a woman. You can't think like a woman. A woman is raised to be taken care of. A man is raised to provide a house.
Yeah, a lot of mothers be babying them, bro. That's why I'm glad my mom, she didn't really baby me, but like, she definitely, it was a good mix in the household, bro.
Coming out to this real world now, bro, you can't be sheltered.
Yeah, you got.
really have to have experience in real life, bro. Like, it's hard out here, bro.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
You gotta grind, bro.
Where the woman can take care of him and her. But at the end of the day, you buy the house, she makes it a home. You release the seed, she makes a baby. You buy the groceries, she cooks the food. Your ass is gonna do your work as a man. And this ain't even about women, because if you're single, I would tell you, don't even worry about being in a relationship. You can have women that you have in your life, but at that point, you gotta treat this like a game. This is a game where what's more important, you having a relationship with a woman or you getting to that money? Because at the end of the day, a woman gonna want you to have money. I don't care who you are. That's not very soft. And let's blame women.
Mike,
you gotta put the
you
work
work
in.
too
I don't
much.
understand
if you was broke, bro.
This mindset of culture where
they wouldn't even want to talk.
Everybody to blame. It's this. We so busy worrying about what happened in history, we don't realize right now we are writing our own history, and your history's gonna suck. Your grandkids gonna say, "What the hell did you do?" They're gonna be around other children, and this is why people don't like for kids to speak the way they do. But understand this. Kids are very blunt and they straightforward. They're not like adults who hide what they want to say and don't mean what they say and don't say what they feel because they're worried about somebody else not agreeing or they're worried about getting into confrontation. Kids will be amongst other kids and they will be put in a position to see what somebody else has. And they're going to say, well, why don't my mother and father have it? Why don't my grandfather have it?
I ain't think about
they was living around the same time as these individuals. But those particular kids that are talking about what they have that's different from other kids around them, it's not necessarily that they're bragging. That's the norm. So not only is that the norm for them, their families, their mothers, fathers, grandparents who built those resources, built that environment, it was the norm for them to outwork people that was growing up with them in the same opportunities that they had. It's just like right now, the internet, it's our era. How many people are taking advantage of the internet? You got people that are in their 20s and 30s, they're thinking like 50 and 60-year-olds because they're allowing the people that they love to be superior when it comes to their mind, when it comes to their thoughts and how they view life.
You can take advice from the elders, but at the same time, they're born in different generations.
Yeah.
So it's different times, bro.
There's a certain point where you have to like step away from some of the advice your parents give you.
You do,
because they
don't apply.
You feel me? They coming from a different era, no internet.
Yeah.
If you take, bro, it's so easy to make money.
On the internet, bro.
If you just use
from your phone, the stocks.
You feel me, bro?
You can make trades from your satellite phone.
The same amount of time y'all is on social media, bro. All y'all gotta do is a little bit of research. You will make some money, bro.
Some good bread, bro. You know what I mean? You don't gotta work a job for 50 years. But my thing, I see we get all bags. I get that bag, this bag, that bag.
That's a fact.
I get them all.
Yeah,
so
you as a child, yes, adults are gonna raise you how they want to. That's their fault. Once you get older, if it's not benefiting you and you still decide to go down that path, those belief systems and those core values, that is your fault.
Yeah.
Some of y'all are 20, 30 years old. Y'all sound like y'all 50 and 60-year-old mothers and grandparents. No, we're not in that era. The internet wasn't like that back then, so they don't understand what you have now. And you don't understand what they had because you wasn't living back then. So pay attention to detail. What do you have right now? What's your advantage right now? The internet. Don't be mad at people making money on the internet because everybody want money. You can lie to yourself. Don't lie to me. I'm a grown-ass man with wife and kids.
Can't stand people that be like, money not everything.
You don't have money. What do you
That people who don't got no money.
You know, and it's funny when people say that. I understand not buying materialized stuff like, you know, fancy cars, fancy stuff and whatnot, but at the same time, bro, it's like when your health come into play, the medical bills gonna add up.
You need money.
You're gonna need money, bro.
You wanna eat. You need
money,
bro.
Well,
kids, you
groceries
need money.
is rising. You're gonna need money, bro. I hate when people say money.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro.
I get, but to a certain extent, money is not everything. But at the same time, it's something.
The Bible say the love of money is evil. Not money itself, but the love. When you start to get overconsumed by it, then that's when it comes a problem.
You're gonna work those 2 bullshit jobs you don't like because you need to get your money up. You don't have time to chase ads. You don't have time to go home and pop something in the microwave that you got from the grocery store because you don't know how to cook. You're gonna sacrifice. Learn how to make you some chicken, make you some rice, some potatoes, eat you some vegetables, some fruit, drink a lot of water, and get your ass to work. I've been there. It doesn't matter what people think. I've had people walk up to me and ask me, why do you work this bullshit job? You look like you belong in the NFL. I'm not in the NFL. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, looks apart. I wouldn't do it.
Big body.
So make sure you understand it's not about how you feel. Don't make decisions based on your emotions. You're gonna find yourself in a world of trouble, and it's your fault that you in that predicament because you had everything you needed to put yourself in a better situation, but you chose to go down the wrong path. Meaning, you chose to do things based on your emotions. You chose to do things that wasn't going to be beneficial for you, and you chose to allow yourself to keep digging your hole. And if the further you dig that hole, the harder it's going to be for you to get out. And when you go ask people for help, they're not going to be able to help you. Why? Because they too themselves are in a hole. The exception is not the rule. Majority of people are doing the same thing because everybody is following everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm always going to end it with this, that mind your business stuff. Everybody business is in the world. Everybody business is everywhere. You want to know what everybody business is? Statistics, data. If you read up a statistic that 9 out of 10 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, put me in a grocery store. I'll take 10 people, line them up. 9 out of those 10 people are living paycheck to paycheck. It may not be accurate, but put everybody in that building in a line. 90% of however many people are in that building are going to be living paycheck to paycheck. You don't have to put a name on it. You don't have to put a face on it. You don't have to put a family on it. It's everybody's business. We are minding our business. It's everywhere. People that own real estate, people that own a certain amount of wealth, 20% of the population own 80% of the wealth. So put 100 people lined up, only 20% of those people may possibly own 80% of the wealth. It's the statistics. Your business is everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? So don't say mind your business. Handle your business because your business is everywhere. Whether you put it on the internet or not, stop being soft. Stop moving with emotion. Move with logic, discipline, accountability, responsibility. Get your shit together.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Linval Williams. I subscribe to him. I like him. He good motivational content. But yeah, he all facts, bro. If you broke, he said if you broke, work 80 hours. I don't work 80 hours because I ain't broke, but I still put in a little 60.
You got to,
60,
bro.
little overtime, some side hustle, some side projects, whatever
if
you might do.
Under 30, no kids, no wife, boy, you at least gotta be putting in 50. Yes. At least.
Because when you get kids, I was talking to one of my OG yesterday, my uncle and my dad's, and we was like, I was like, yeah, what's your, when you get married, when you have kids, all that extra stuff. He got married at like 28, which most people get married at like 28, 33, 35, that age range. And I was just like, bruh, he's like, yeah, you graduate college, you work, get that solid foundation. I'm like, dang. And I realized you only get like 5-6 years of just being by yourself after you graduate college, but that's working in your own place, doing your own thing, traveling, before you get married. Once you get married, it's you and your wife. It's not just you. And you got kids. That's a lifetime. That's so you only get like 5, maybe 10 years to really do what you do.
That's if you're lucky to actually find a good spouse.
Yeah, that too.
I feel what you're saying, though. That's a fact.
You're only going to be alone for a certain amount of time before, if you're going to have a family and kids, once that comes, there's no going back. Like, you don't got your time to yourself no more. Like, that's gone.
You only get to go through your 20s once.
Yeah, bro. So make the most use of it. Grind, hustle. Make your goals. The new year, new strategy. You know what I mean? Just keep working, man. Keep working. But nah, we appreciate y'all today for the stream. If y'all been in here, make sure y'all like, comment, y'all subscribe. Leave a comment, join the conversation through all this. Appreciate y'all. We gon'